Presidency raises alarm over alleged plot to topple President Buhari's government. The Senate summons security chiefs over spate of insecurity in the country. Tanzania suspends flights to and from India amid the COVID-19 surge in the Southeast Asian nation. COVID-19 scare hits G7 meeting as representatives from India test positive. Hello again, I'm Michael Nath. Now, details of the news. The presidency on Tuesday warned that it will deal decisively with any group that does anything to undermine the democratically elected government in the country, even if some unruly feathers would be ruffled in the process. The presidency also expressed its readiness to keep the country together if it involves ruffling unruly feathers in the process. In a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, ABDUCTION in Abuja, the presidency alleged that some persons have planned to hold an illegal conference where a vote of no confidence would be passed on President Muhammadu Buhari. It further said that some highly placed individuals in collaboration with some religious leaders and their foreign elements were working hard to undermine the sovereignty and corporate existence of the country. Meanwhile, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum has taken a swipe at the presidency over an allegation that some leaders were plotting to overthrow the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Pandev said the presidency is chasing shadows rather than looking for ways to tackle the myriad of problems facing the country. The National Publicity Secretary of Pandev, Ken Robinson, who stated this, added, quote, "Citizens are anxious and troubled. Many are becoming hopeless, with even the security agencies seemingly helpless and vulnerable," end of quote. Now, similarly, the Minority Caucus of the National Assembly on Tuesday threatened to use its legislative powers to move against the President Muhammadu Buhari if he continues to breach the Constitution. To make good its threat, the caucus has listed the various constitutional breaches which it said would rely upon to invoke its constitutional powers should the breaches persist. Leader of the caucus and Senate Minority Leader Enyinaya Abaribe made this position known at a media briefing in Abuja on Tuesday. According to him, the caucus was saddened that Buhari had failed to guarantee the security and welfare of Nigerians, which he described as the primary purpose of the government. The caucus also expressed disappointment that the current regime has mismanaged the economy to the point of near collapse. This, he said, should not be allowed to continue. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has called on all Nigerians to support the efforts of the federal government in tackling insecurity in the country. He also urged those bent on playing cheap politics with the challenges to have a rethink. The minister in Abuja made the call while responding to the statement on insecurity by the People's Democratic Party, PDP.
We acknowledge the challenges we face as a nation, and we are doing everything possible to tackle them. We call on all Nigerians to support the efforts of the federal government to tackle these challenges. We advise those bent on playing cheap politics with the challenges to handle with faith. This is no time for politics. The PDP alleged that kidnappers and bandits not being brought to justice. This is appropriately aimed at the federal government. It is shocking that the party that ruled this nation for all of 16 years does not know that kidnapping and banditry are not federal offenses. The PDP should therefore call out the states, including those being controlled by it, to ensure a rigorous prosecution of arrested kidnappers and bandits.
The Senate President Ahmed Lawan has said that The nation's service chiefs and heads of security agencies would appear before the upper chamber on Thursday to brief it on efforts to address the spate of insecurity in the country. Lawan made the disclosure during the commencement of Tuesday's plenary proceedings, stating that the appearance by the service chiefs is in response to a resolution by the Senate last week, Tuesday.
So to be on the side of caution, we have now fixed the date for our briefing to be Thursday, the 6th of this month, a day after tomorrow. I want to appeal to all of us that the briefing will take from the service chiefs and other security agencies will be very crucial for us to be properly informed, properly guided, and that if there is any request for supplementary budget, we should be able to understand why we should consider and approve such requests. On Thursday, the only item on the order paper will be the briefing. We make that as a special day for the engagement, the interaction between the Senate and the service chiefs.
The chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT, Danladi Umar, on Tuesday, appeared before the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions. This was in response to a petition submitted against him following the circulation of a viral video where Umar was seen assaulting a security guard at Banix Plaza in Abuja. The senator representing Plateau North Stephanus Gyang laid the petition before the Senate on April the 29th. The Senate then summoned the CCT chairman to defend himself. Umar, when he appeared before the lawmakers on Tuesday, said he was not properly served with the petition, and based on the principle of fair hearing, he should be given sufficient time to allow him to study the petition. The chairman of the committee, Ayo Akinyolure, said the committee resolved to give Umar 2 weeks till May the 18th to reappear before the committee. And still from the National Assembly, members of the House of Representatives have on Tuesday demanded that the Inspector General of Police, Alkali Baba, take over the murder case of Ms. Inyobong Umoren, who was killed in Akwa Ibom after she was lured with a fake job offer. The House urged the IGP to ensure that justice prevails by taking over the investigation and prosecution of the suspects. The resolution of the House follows a matter of urgent public importance raised by Enyime Idem, representing Okanafun Oruk Anam, the federal constituency of Akwa Ibom State.
Cognizant that it has been reported that the assailant, upon his arrest by the police and subsequent voluntary conversion, boasted that he is well connected and will be released from the police custody scot-free in a matter of days. Bothered that the family members of the deceased have reportedly raised an alarm, receiving strange phone calls and threats of various degrees, and have been asked to withdraw the case. Condemn in strong terms the acts of sexual assault and gruesome murder of Ms. Inyobong Ephraim Umoren as barbaric, inhuman, and despotic. 2, mandate the Inspector General of Police to immediately commission and take over the investigation and prosecution of the perpetrators of the heinous crime.
The parents and colleagues of the abducted students of the College of Forestry Mechanization, Afaka, in Kaduna State have besieged the National Assembly in Abuja, calling on the federal government to help rescue abducted students. The protesters, chanting solidarity songs, lamented to what they described as neglect and failure of the state government in securing the release of their children, whom have been in the hands of their abductors for 55 days now.
I born it 9 months pregnant, and I trained it for 27 years old. Just like that, they walk off a bush on us 5 hours. Why? Make the whole government help us. Make una help us. It's 55 days today, getting to 2 months on Thursday. How could I help us? This one is too much. It's too much. Last year I said cholera. This year kidnapper. People were they supposed to don't graduate since last year. I bet not could I help us. Government release our children. They're trying to push. God help us. Let them think about it. There is stop our children.
Chief Security Officer of the State, they say he was going to arrest anybody who is negotiating with the bandits. And we say that we are going to negotiate with them until our...
Now, the political associates of the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has flagged off distribution of 1,005 kilograms of bags of rice to the vulnerable in the northeast to cushion the effect of hardship they are passing through. Flagging off the exercise in Yola, Dahiru Hamadiko said the gesture was by the political associates of the APC national leader Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 19 northern states. He explained that Nigerians are currently facing hardship coupled with the ongoing fasting, which is why the group came into to ameliorate the sufferings of many Nigerians, irrespective of religious or political affiliations.
So we are deflagging of this rice today in Yola, Adamawa State, at the headquarters of the All Progressive People's Congress. We are targeting about 1 million people in northern Nigeria, which we are starting today in Adamawa State, which will go on to cover all the 19 northern states and the FCT Abuja. And this is coming from the Asiwaju Dr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu associate that contributed to support the less privileged in the northern region.
Now, the Nasarawa State Police Command has arrested a 12-man gang who allegedly masterminded the kidnap of 26 officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps in the state 7 months ago. On Monday, 7 September 14, 2020, 26 officers of the FRSC who were traveling in 2 buses from the Sokoto and Kebbi commands of the Corps for a training program at the FRSC Academy, Udi, Abuja, were attacked at the Udege Junction on the Mararaban-Udege Road around 8 a.m. A police source said investigations by the Nasarawa State Police Command over the past 7 months led to the arrest of the 12-member gang that masterminded the kidnap. The source revealed that the gang was also responsible for the kidnap of the 2 wives of the former secretary to the Nasarawa State government, Aliyu Tijani, who were released after the payment of 5 million naira ransom. Confirming the development, the Police Public Relations Officer in the state, ASP Ranham Nassel, explained that before the arrest, the bandits had given residents of the state sleepless nights as they were constantly unleashing terror. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has said following an exhaustive meeting with members of the National Association of Resident Doctors, they have hinted that they are ready to suspend their planned resumption of strike on Friday. A statement issued by the office of the Speaker stated the doctors are the resumption of the meeting with Gbajabiamila, which began last week, said they would suspend the planned resumption of strike as soon as they got payments of their salary arrears ranging from 1 to 5 months. The statement issued by the Special Advisor to the Speaker on Media and Publicity, Lanre Lasese, said doctors took to the position of the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, said funds were available for the payment, while assuring that her ministry would pay immediately. A verified list of the beneficiaries was received. According to the statement, when the Director General of the Budget Office of the Federation, Ben Akabweze, was one of the stakeholders at the meeting, confirmed that his office was in receipt of the list, the minister gave her word that payment would be made by May the 7th. The resident doctors had on April 1, 2021, embarked on an indefinite strike, making demands that included non-payment of house officers, abolishment of bench fees, among others. A civil society organization, the Civil Rights Realization and Advancement Network, on Tuesday called on the United States, United Kingdom and Canadian government to impose visa ban on 34 state governors, their families and their attorney generals over their refusal to observe the constitutional provision on the funding of the judiciary. The organization, in a letter to the U.S. ambassador, British and Canada High Commissioners in Nigeria, said a continued lockdown of courts as a result of the governor's refusal to observe the financial autonomy of the judiciary had constituted a grave assault on the Nigerian constitution. The Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria had on April the 6th embarked on a nationwide strike to protest against the non-implementation of financial autonomy of the judiciary by 36 state governors. But CRRAN in the letter enjoined the US, UK and Canada governments not to see the strike as a mere strike of court officials, workers in Nigeria, but look at it from the point of the insistence by the respective states. Now, the Directorate of Baptist Mission Schools has reacted to a viral video following the unscheduled visit of the JAMB Registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede. The Directorate described the trending video as disheartening and disturbing. They explained that the school, Baptist Girls Academy, did not charge 8,000 naira for JAMB registration, as alleged by Professor Oloyede, while he gave the breakdown of the charges that amounted to the alleged monetary infiltration.
We place our students on computer and we install computer-based tests that they use to practice constantly so that they can achieve the success that we required from them as an organization. Be that as it may, that place where Professor Ishak Oloyede saw them, our officers took them there. And if we are not a government body, I expect that the person that will take them there and bring them back, and repeatedly, let me mention that, sometimes it takes about 3 or 4 outings before they will be able to log on to register these students, and it will be repeated calls. I wonder who will bear the cost, if not our parents.
To the glory of God, it is not only the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board that is the examining body that we have a business with. We have business with other examining bodies. And it is known to my listeners and those watching me that the school, a private school for that matter, must be funded. The parents do this, and we carry them along, we discuss with them. Concerning the JAMB registration, we did the same. And so, but if we take note in the JAMB charges, JAMB has taken care of itself.
Earlier today, no fewer than 21 officials of the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers were stationed on the Ikeja along axis of Lagos State to observe and impound motorcycles belonging to operators who plied the BRT lanes. Our reporter Daniel Ojukwu observed that arrests were being made at the Ikeja along bus stop. Over 5 motorcycles were impounded and conveyed in a van that arrived with previously impounded ones. A source within the Lagos State government confirmed to our reporter that restriction was indeed in place, but according to him, quote, the state is overwhelmed by the influx of motorcycles every day. You're watching News Now here on iBrandTV Lagos. We'll take a break now and return with more.
Fresh from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This now real banga. No more wahala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food already. Everybody follow the chopper banga. Hey banga. Make you Banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans, and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, for make your food yummy yum.
You're watching News Now on iBrandTV, Lagos. Africa News Now. Tanzania has suspended flights to and from India amid the COVID-19 surge in the Southeastern Asian nation, and the country's health ministry said the latest sign of its increasingly active approach to tackling the pandemic under its new president. It joins a growing list of East African countries that have halted flights to and from India, including Uganda and Kenya. The suspension is effective immediately and will apply until further notice. The statement from the ministry's permanent secretary, Abel Makubi, dated Tuesday, said exceptions would be made for cargo planes and pre-approved flights on humanitarian, diplomatic and medical missions. These are among the latest tough measures taken by the government to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus since President Samia Suluhu Hassan took office in March. Hassan's approach has differed markedly from her predecessor, John Magufuli, who downplayed the severity of the virus and encouraged natural remedies to combat it. Foreign news now. The United States delegation to the group of 7 foreign ministers meeting in London will continue activities as planned, a State Department spokesman said on Wednesday, after 2 of India's representatives tested positive for COVID-19. U.S. State Department spokesman Ned Price told traveling press the U.S. delegation was advised, including by the UK's public health professionals, that our stringent masking, social distancing and daily testing protocols would permit us to continue with our G7 activities as planned. We have no reason to believe any of our delegation is at risk. Indian Foreign Minister said on Wednesday he will join ongoing G7 meetings in London virtually after he was informed about exposure to people with possible coronavirus infection. 2 members of India's delegation had tested positive for COVID-19. You're watching News Now here on iBrandTV Lagos. Up next is Sports with JUDICIARY.
Welcome to the sports update. I am JUDICIARY Chid. Real Madrid captain Sergio Ramos is fit to face Chelsea in Wednesday's Champions League semi-final second leg clash. Ramos, 35, has not featured since picking up a calf injury in March. The Los Blancos are chasing the 14th Champions League title and their first final appearance since 2018. For Chelsea, defender Anthony Rudiger is in contention but will have to wear a protective mask. The centre-back missed Saturday's win over Fulham after picking up a late injury in the 1-1 draw with Madrid in the first leg. Meanwhile, Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel says his players must believe in themselves if they are to beat a Madrid side who are winless in their last 4 away games against English sides in the UEFA Champions League. And on the local scene, world football power Argentina and Romania are likely to participate in the Buhari Women's Football Tournament following discussions between the organizers and both countries. The Buhari Invitational Tournament is scheduled to hold in Lagos in September, with Ghana, Cameroon, Mali, South Africa, Morocco and Nigeria already confirmed for the competition. Yesterday, Nigeria Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick revealed that talks were on with the Argentine and Romanian officials on the possibility of both countries featuring in the competition, which is one of the programs the FIFA Council member plans to deploy in its bid to make Lagos Africa's #1 football city. Apart from football, Aisha Falode said the organizers would explore the possibility of deepening the social-cultural ties among the participating nations. And that's all for now on the sports update. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you so much, JUDICIARY. To business news now. Mobile operator MTN Group on Wednesday posted a near 18% jump in first quarter revenue, led by a double-digit growth in commercial operations across South Africa, Nigeria and Ghana. MTN and its peer Vodacom Group, which together control over 70% of the South African mobile market in terms of subscribers, hugely benefited last year from demand boosts for data and digital financial services as people shifted to online modes of functioning due to the coronavirus pandemic. The company's revenue from fintech operations, which accounted for 10% of total revenue, expanded by 31% on the back of an 87% increase in online financial transactions. MTN said in first quarter of 2021, data consumption grew by a third, led by a sustained demand for work-from-home service, digital entertainment, as well as online education offerings. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has called on farmers, artisans, traders and others in Anambra State to maximize the funding opportunities which the bank has made available for them to expand their businesses. Branch controller of the bank in Oka, Benedict Maduagu, said this on Tuesday at the Professor Dora Akunyili Women's Development Center, Oka, while delivering his opening remarks. The bank's two-day fair themed promoting financial stability and economic development. He said the country's Apex Bank had opened some funding windows designed to boost the country's economy, with targets at promoting small and medium-scale enterprises across Nigeria. Madrag said the Apex Bank is taking steps to promote the nation's economy, adding that the event was organized to teach the participants how to protect their bank accounts, ATM cards, how best to handle the Naira notes, and how to access funding opportunities for their businesses. Google has announced the launch of 40,000 new developer scholarships in partnership with Pluralsight and Endela for Africans. The company said it was offering the scholarships for Android, web, and Google Cloud developers to beginner and intermediate developers spread across mobile and cloud development tracks and resident in all Africa. At a virtual event organized by the company for industry players, policy leads, startup executives and investors, Google also announced the opening of the Class 6 Google for Startups Accelerator Africa program. Head of Google for Startups Accelerator Africa, Onajite Emehor, said it was a 3-month program starting June 21, 2021 and open to applications from 17 countries Africa, including Nigeria. The aim of the program is to support the advancement of startups through their most crucial growth phases. The managing director at Google Sub-Saharan Africa, Nitin Gajria, said African developers and startups played a critical role in the transformation of the African economy by creating new opportunities and paving the way for economic and social development. And that's the way it's been on News Now here on iBrandTV Lagos. Thanks very much for watching. I am Michael Nath.